October 19, 2025. The first light of dawn crept over the jagged peaks, an endless red rock of virgin Utah, signaling the start of a day that would be anything but ordinary. In the sun-baked canyons, Red Bull Rampage was underway, the world's wildest, most unpredictable mountain bike event, where the stakes are as high as the cliffs themselves. Among the elite riders stood Adolf Silva, a fearless 28-year-old Spaniard. Known for his gravity-defying big air tricks and a style that constantly pushes the boundaries of what's possible, Silva had earned a reputation as one of the sport's true innovators. The crowd buzzed with anticipation, thousands lining the cliffs and ridges, their eyes fixed on the course below, waiting to witness something unforgettable, something that would be talked about for years to come. Unlike traditional races with set tracks, Rampage is a test of vision and nerve. Riders carve their own lines down the treacherous sandstone, transforming the mountain into a living canvas for creativity, courage, and raw athleticism. Silva and his team had spent days, sometimes working from sunrise to sunset, digging, shaping, and perfecting a route designed for both risk and spectacle. Every shovel of dirt, every carefully placed rock, was a calculated move in a high-stakes game. The stakes were sky-high. Each rider had just 2 runs, judged on line choice, style, and difficulty. The judges looked for riders who could blend technical mastery with creative vision, rewarding those who dared to dream big and ride even bigger. Silva was one of the first to drop in, a daunting position. With the course still fresh and untested, the pressure to set the bar for everyone else was immense. Every eye was on him, and every heartbeat echoed the tension in the air. Helicopters hovered overhead, their blades slicing through the silence. Cameras rolled from every angle, broadcasting the action to fans around the globe. The world watched as Silva stood atop the mountain, ready to make his mark on history. For Silva, this was more than just a competition. It was the culmination of years of relentless training, countless hours spent perfecting his craft, and a lifetime of passion for pushing the limits of what's possible on 2 wheels. For Adolf Silva, this was a chance to etch his name into Rampage history, to inspire the next generation, and to prove that with enough courage, anything is possible. The moment had arrived, and the mountain was waiting. Red Bull Rampage is a raw test of skill and nerve. No other event compares. It's a spectacle of human endurance and creativity, where riders push the boundaries of what's possible on 2 wheels. The mountains of virgin Utah are brutal crumbling cliffs, massive gaps, and vertical drops that would terrify most. This unforgiving landscape is both a playground and a battleground for the world's best free riders. Riders are artists and daredevils, reading the terrain and committing to every move. They visualize their lines, knowing that precision is key to survival and success. The line between glory and disaster is razor thin. One wrong move can lead to catastrophic consequences, but the thrill of nailing a perfect run is unparalleled. The crowd isn't just watching, they're part of the energy, their cheers and gasps echoing through the canyons. Their support fuels the riders, pushing them to go beyond their limits. Every run could define the competition, for better or worse. Each descent is a high-stakes performance where every second counts. The danger is real, and the mental challenge is as great as the physical. Riders must harness their fear and channel it into focus and determination. Riders must block out fear, trust their lines, and believe in themselves. Confidence and self-belief are their greatest allies on this treacherous terrain. One moment of doubt can end it all. The stakes are incredibly high, and the margin for error is virtually non-existent. This is where only the mentally strongest succeed. It's a test of willpower as much as it is of skill. Rampage is the pinnacle of free-ride mountain biking, where the sport evolves and legends are made. It's a proving ground for the best of the best. The risks are enormous, but so is the reward. Victory here means more than just a trophy. It means respect and a place in mountain biking history. Every rider knows, greatness demands everything. They give their all, knowing that the ultimate prize is worth every ounce of effort and every risk taken. Silva was among the first 6 to drop in, the pressure immense. The world watched as he clipped in, heart pounding, knowing that every move would be scrutinized by fans and judges alike. The desert air was thick with anticipation, and the silence at the start gate was almost deafening. He started strong, flowing through technical terrain with confidence and style. Each turn and drop was a testament to his preparation and skill. his bike carving through the loose rock and dust as if he'd been riding this line his whole life. The commentators praised his smoothness as he linked together features he'd spent days building. Every jump, every landing, was executed with precision, and it was clear Silva was riding at the top of his game. But Rampage is unforgiving. Midway through, something went wrong. A slight miscalculation on a technical section sent him off balance, and in an instant, the run took a dramatic turn. Silva was forced to abandon his bike, unable to finish his run. The disappointment was written all over his face as he walked away, knowing how much work had gone into this moment. 3 of the first 6 riders, including Silva, didn't finish, a testament to the course's brutality. The jagged cliffs and unpredictable terrain had claimed some of the world's best, reminding everyone just how high the stakes were. A DNF on the first run meant everything was riding on his second attempt. There would be no room for error, no chance to play it safe, no safety net, no conservative score. He'd have to go all in. The pressure was even greater now, with the crowd and his fellow riders watching closely. For Silva, this was familiar territory. He'd faced adversity before, and he knew how to channel nerves into focus. Backs against the wall, he often shines brightest. It's in these moments, when the odds are stacked, that Silva's true character emerges. The anticipation for his second run grew. Spectators leaned forward, sensing that something special was about to unfold. After regrouping at the top, he visualized the perfect run. He closed his eyes, picturing every feature, every landing, every moment of flow. The plan, bold, risky, unforgettable. He knew he'd have to push his limits to make a mark. The crowd buzzed, knowing Silva was about to attempt something special. The energy was electric, every eye fixed on the start gate. The stage was set for a dramatic comeback. All that remained was for Silva to drop in and show the world what he was truly capable of. For his second run, Silva aimed for the spectacular, a step-down double backflip, one of the most dangerous tricks in mountain biking. Few riders even attempt it, and Silva hadn't practiced it during the week. Attempting it cold was a bold gamble, a testament to his confidence and hunger for glory. As he dropped in, he rode with purpose, building speed for the massive feature. He launched off the edge, tucking into the first rotation. The crowd held its breath. This could be Rampage history. The first flip was clean, but the second began to falter. He lacked the speed to complete the rotation. Bike and rider drifted out of alignment. The landing rushed up. He wasn't going to make it. In a split second, the dream of a perfect run vanished. What began as ambition turned into a desperate fight for survival. The impact was brutal. Silva crashed head-on into the dirt, tumbling violently. The crowd's cheers turned to stunned silence. The festive atmosphere evaporated, replaced by dread. On the broadcast, commentators struggled for words as replays showed the horrifying mechanics of the crash. The focus shifted from competition to concern for Silva's well-being. Down on the course, he lay motionless. The other riders watched, shaken, a stark reminder of the sport's risks. The medical team rushed in, the crowd silent as they worked. The event had come to a sudden, sobering halt. The response was immediate. Rampage's medical team sprang into action. Medics reached Silva in under a minute, stabilizing him with utmost care. Given the severity, a helicopter was called for an airlift to the hospital. The rescue helicopter's arrival underscored the gravity of the situation. Silva was carefully packaged and transported, every move precise and practiced. The broadcast showed distant shots, commentators praising the professionalism of the team. As the helicopter lifted off, uncertainty hung in the air. The focus shifted from competition to hope for Silva's recovery. Rampage is legendary for its danger, arguably the toughest mountain bike event on Earth. Each year, riders push the limits, building steeper, riskier lines. The 2025 course was no exception. 3 of the first 6 riders failed to finish. Dropping in early, Silva faced unpredictable conditions and took on a high-risk trick. He wasn't there to play it safe. He was there to win, knowing the risks. Rampage's history is filled with both triumph and tragedy. Serious injuries are part of the reality every competitor accepts. Organizers and athletes work to mitigate risk, but danger can never be eliminated. Silva's crash was a vivid reminder of the fine line these athletes walk. The pursuit of progression comes at a cost, but it's what makes Rampage unforgettable. After Silva's crash and airlift, the competition paused. The energy vanished, replaced by a somber mood. Officials halted the event, prioritizing the athletes' well-being. Riders, a close-knit community, were visibly shaken. The delay gave them time to regroup and reflect. The broadcast filled time with replays and discussions about risk and recovery. Eventually, the event resumed, but the tone had changed. Silva's crash became the defining image of Rampage 2025. Silva's crash embodied the spirit of freeride mountain biking, courage in the face of impossible odds. Attempting an unpracticed double backflip was the ultimate act of bravery. He wasn't chasing safety, he was chasing greatness. The risk is what makes the triumphs meaningful. Riders at Rampage accept the dangers, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. As news of Silva's condition was awaited, the mountain bike community rallied in support. Messages and hashtags flooded social media. Ride for Adolf. The story wasn't just about a crash, but about ambition, camaraderie, and the relentless pursuit of progression. Silva's courage will be remembered. Not for the fall, but for daring to fly. That's the legacy of a true Rampage warrior.